Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to Unit Lost. My name is Kirioth and I've been playing some Dragon Age Inquisition, good lord, and these are my thoughts on the game. Now we're going to do negatives first, then positives, because no one likes finishing on a sour note, do they? No, they don't. So, first off, the inventory. It's terrible and it's awkward to navigate. It makes switching out multiple pieces of gear on multiple characters a royal pain in the arse. Everything is split into subcategories. You can't just go straight to weapons from armour. You've got to back in and out of menus. It is not good. The fact that the crafting system uses the same layout is also not good because it makes everything take about twice as long as it should. Admittedly, Origin's system of just having everything together and being able to sort of filter it by armour, weapon, so on and so forth, that wasn't the best solution, but it was still better than this. Because whilst you might think to yourself, well, Kirioth, being able to sort by heavy armour or you know, cloth armour or so on is actually very helpful. Yeah, it is, but not if I then have to back out of 3 different menus just to look at my weapons afterwards. That's not good. I don't like it. It just takes way too long and it's so irritating to navigate. Something else, and this is a biggie. This is really annoying. The camera can be so fiddly. It really can. If you're in an enclosed space, if you're in like a tight little area, sometimes the camera will just absolutely ruin a fight. It'll put itself in a stupid position, and you can move it around, but for me, in Inquisition, the camera does not seem very intuitive. It does not seem very easy to control. It can be a bit of a pain, and that's a shame, because frankly, if you're in the middle of a fight, and the camera decides to stick itself in a rift, so all you can see is green light, and when you attempt to move the camera, it zooms into the back of your character's head. Not good. Not good. You tend to lose that fight because you can't see what the hell's going on. And also, you can't even just switch into tactical view to see what's going on, because tactical view has its own issues with the camera, which is that for some reason you have to walk it around like a party member, which is stupid. I'm going to give you a small example. So, I see a guy. He's on top of a hill. The hill has got a cliff face on the front of it. You can get up on the left or the right by walking up these grass bits, but you can't go up the rocks in front of where the guy is standing. That's fine, that's fair enough. If you want to get the camera up there, you have to walk it round the bloody rocks up the hill. It's not a person, it's a free-floating thing. Now, I don't know whether they've done that to try and prevent you from trying to get your people to stand on terrain they can't get past, or whether it's just like lazy programming, I don't know. But it is really irritating, and it makes tactical view a lot more of a chore than it should be. It should just be, you can move the camera around wherever you like, and it doesn't get stuck on stuff, it doesn't get caught on terrain, it doesn't refuse to go past barrels, it just goes over them, because it's a floating bloody camera, not a thing with legs. It's really frustrating. Something else that is going to sound really weird, because it's something I was really looking forward to, is the big areas in Dragon Age Inquisition. I was really looking forward to being able to go out and explore and see all these massive areas, and I was thinking, oh yeah, like Skyrim style Dragon Age. Yeah, it does have big areas, and they are okay, like you can explore them, but they're way too big. They're just too big. Like, there's too much filler in there. For instance, in the first area, I was in there for 6 hours. 6 hours in the first area alone. I didn't even do half of it because I essentially just got bored of looking at it. And some of the quests are just MMO tripe, like really not good. Go out and kill 10 rams and get their meat because the camp needs food. Oh, alright then, brilliant. Go and mark out 5 supply caches so that the scouts can go and collect them. I do not need that in my Dragon Age experience. Hell, I don't particularly need it in my MMO experience, but in Dragon Age it just doesn't fit. It's like, it feels lazy. It doesn't need to feel lazy when there are other quests in the same area that have impacts on the story, that introduce some sort of history to the area, that show you the lives of the people who live there in this crazy world that's, you know, surrounded by demons from the Fade and the Blight and dragons and stuff. I don't need to collect 10 pieces of meat. I would much rather find, like, the body of a Templar with a note and a ring that you have to take to his wife that contains some sort of hint as to the people's lives, you know, the people who are affected by these conflicts. Killing 10 rams? No, piss off. That's really annoying, and I feel like that stuff is in there purely because the areas are so big that they need to be stuffed full of quests. Also, shards. Collecting bloody shards. I don't care about shards. I don't care. They're just little things that you find on the ground. You have to use these crazy magic skull things to look at the area, and it will show you where the shards are, then you go and collect them. There's like 20 of the damn things. That is like the worst collection quest in the world. Don't do it. However, little rant over. Having said all of that, Dragon Age Inquisition is still really, really good. It's still really enjoyable. Yes, it has those issues, but on the other hand, It's very close to Origins. It has that great sense of story and discovery that Origins had. The writing is really top notch. I'm really enjoying the story. As I say, I love those little quests where you find stuff out in the open and you're like, oh god, this is a body. Oh, there's a ring on it. Oh, it's got an engravement. It's been engraved. You know, this has got someone's name. We should find this person and tell them what's happened. You get a sense of history, a sense of what's actually happening outside of the war that you're fighting. And I really like that. The combat feels really nice and polished. The lack of a dedicated healer, although I thought it was a problem to start with, actually isn't. And the support abilities that the mage can have, they offer something kind of different, something new, something a bit fresh compared to Origins and Dragon Age 2. The classes are all fun to play as well. I've only managed to play a couple of them. Two-handed warrior is currently my chosen class. But you've got these reactionary abilities, these nice combinations of, like, my character can pull people towards her, kick them to the ground, and then if I use like a big attack, it does huge amounts of damage because it's a proper combo. There's an ability where if someone's about to attack you, you can put your guard up, you then knock their attack away and hit them back way harder than you would usually. I like that stuff. It feels fluid, it feels interesting, it feels like they've made a real effort with it. The maps may be too big, like the areas may be excessively large, but they're really nicely designed. They look great, they sound great, they've got a really good atmosphere. There's a lot of scope for exploration, although admittedly you might get bored of doing that. All in all, they've done the areas really, really well. The followers, I mean, I was sceptical. I was honestly skeptical because there's followers from Dragon Age 2 in there, and they felt like they were just kind of rammed in. It was, oh, you recognise these guys, there you go. And I didn't really like that, but actually they've done a great job in giving them their own personalities again and making them stand out, and they've got some genuinely funny and interesting dialogue that goes back and forth between them. I really like that. Again, it all adds into this great atmosphere that Origins had and now Inquisition has as well. All in all, Dragon Age Inquisitions, it is a great game. It's really fun, it's really enjoyable. It does have some serious flaws, but you can overlook them. They might be irritating, they might be awkward, it might be stuff that at the time you will think to yourself, oh god, I really wish they'd have done something about this. But within a few minutes, once you get back into that world, you forget about them. It's a fantastic game. I'm really enjoying it, and I would absolutely recommend it to anyone who's a fan of RPGs in really any capacity. It's just a brilliant experience. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.